Are you somebody in the LGBTQ community and you are looking for some role models? Are you looking for some people, some like-minded people to really help you live your best LGBT life? Well, you came to the right place. Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Smith, and I am not on the camera. There I am. Sorry. My name is Jamie Smith, and I am the host of the Hangout with Jamie show. And today is episode 5 of my Spotlight series of interviews, where I shine the light on one individual who is making a huge impact in the LGBTQ community. And I'm so excited about my guest today. My guest today is Mark Anthony Lord, and he is an author, minister, LGBT inspirational leader, counselor, and a gay man who has spent over 2 decades doing what it takes to free himself from the chains of self-rejection around being gay, to the absolute knowing that being gay is a gift. He is the founder of the Bodhi Spiritual Center in Chicago and the creator of the host of the Global Pride Summit, which I'm so excited about. His personal mission is to awaken people to their inherent joy, freedom, and courage to be fully expressed, and specifically to assist LGBT people in establishing unshakable self-love, acceptance, and the knowing that they are perfect just as they are. He currently lives in Los Angeles with his husband, Patrick, of 19 years, and their beloved dogs, Ramsey and Bigsby. And his most recent book, Thou Shalt Not Suffer, 7 Steps to a Life of Joy, is a product of his personal mission and is available for a discount if you register at the Global Pride Summit, I believe. Mark Anthony Lord, welcome to the Hangout with Jamie show.
Thank you, Jamie. I'm so glad to meet you and to be with you.
Yeah, I'm just, I've been a life coach for many years, but I recently, last year, just shifted my entire coaching to supporting the LGBTQ community. And I'm a certified law of attraction coach. One of the things I teach is that whatever you focus on expands. And so since I'm in this vibration of supporting the LGBT community, I came across the Global Pride Summit and was like, oh my God, and told all my friends and signed up right away. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what is the Global Pride Summit?
Sure. So, gosh, a little bit about myself. Well, you read my bio, so that kind of covers that. I'll start with this summit. Global Pride Summit is a free online conference, and it's the first of its kind free online event for the LGBT world. And specifically, it's focused on helping LGBT people do the inner work, the very stuff that you help people do. This summit brings together 30 plus thought leaders, celebrities, activists, coaches, counselors, people bringing transformational tools, as well as personal stories around being a member of the LGBT world or being an ally and what that means to them. And the vision is that people all over the world can have access to the work that you do and the work that I do and the work that a lot of us do. They don't live in the right area, or they don't have the financial resources, or for a number of reasons, they can't have access to the best of the best, at least that I can come up with. So that's the vision, that people can really attend the summit, and you can watch one interview, you can watch all 30. It's like, it doesn't matter. You can pop in and out according to your schedule, and you'll really hear some cool stuff.
Oh yeah, and you have some incredible speakers line. So it starts June 1st, correct?
Yes, this coming Monday, just in a couple days.
Oh my God,
and they can register anytime over the 5 days. And actually, if you miss attending any of the summit, you can also purchase it for a nominal fee for $97. You can own all of the interviews, as well as the transcripts and the MP3 downloads, but you can attend them for free during the week itself.
That's amazing. I think I'll be purchasing those. It sounds amazing. So who are some of the speakers? I know I saw Greg Louganis. I saw
Greg Louganis is fantastic. We've got a wonderful mix of some bisexuals, transgender, gay people, and lesbian people, and allies, as we mentioned. So we have Greg Louganis, who's a 4-time Olympic gold medal winner. We have Chaz Bono, who is the transgender son of Sonny and Cher. And we have a just amazing group of thought leaders: Gabrielle Bernstein, Temple Hayes, August Gold, Michael Bernard Beckwith, who's one of my personal teachers, Tommy Rosen, this amazing man who created Recovery 2.0. He's the son of a gay man. Just lots of different stories. We have Rob Weiss, who's an expert in sexual addiction, as well as Lauren Kostein, who's also an expert more for lesbians around love addiction and around relationship. The summit is broke up into 5 days where we take the word pride and we focus on a different attribute of pride. Day 1 being passion, day 2 being responsibility, day 3 intimacy, day 4 dare, and day 5 empowerment. So the speakers focus on those particular qualities. And then in the evening, we'll also have free live webinars where I will recap the day, and one of the guests from the day will join me that night to go deeper into the conversation.
Oh, I got God bumps as you speak. No, like really, how did you come up with this?
Well, that's a great question. 5 years ago, I tried to do a live event in Los Angeles and it bombed. I had such a vision of bringing us together for a weekend experience in a hotel, but it's expensive for people to travel to Los Angeles, pay for the hotel, pay the registration fees. I mean, that was sort of the deal, like to get access to even like 7 of these people for a live weekend experience, it's over $1,000.
Yeah.
So really, praise technology, praise the internet and all that's possible because of that. So 5 years later, the vision that I had comes to pass in a way I never would have thought about, and in a much better way. So if we can go law of attraction for a moment, because that's your expertise, let me tell you, the vision that's living in your heart, if it's not the time now, don't give up on it. Or if it's not showing up the way you think that the image in your mind looks, surrender the image, but hold the inspiration, and the universe will make it better. That's how it came to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This show too was a vision. It came to me on a cruise ship. You just never know, right? What it could happen.
Yeah. So I feel really grateful that this came to pass, and it feels beautiful to be, it's just my heart. My heart has been for a long time, I think like yours, that I came into this world as a gay man to help heal the world of homophobia. I know that's part of the mission of my soul. I really do know that. And I think there's more of us out there as this civil rights movement is rising up, as now is the time for the world to change, and laws are changing. But here's the deal. All the laws of the land can change. If we don't change on the inside, if we don't address growing up in a fear-based world, in a homophobic world, if we don't heal the little pockets of ourselves that hold the sadness and the fear, the parts of us that were made fun of, if we don't do that inner work healing, our outward life will still not feel great. We'll have relationships that don't work. We'll be overachieving. Our life won't feel balanced, and we won't feel whole. So that's what this summit is about.
Yeah. I was just going to say why the global, but you just answered my question. What would you say to somebody? Because I still talk to people who are they're afraid. They live here in the West, and they're still afraid of coming out. They still have this sense of shame. What would you suggest? Do you have any tips to somebody who still has that shame going on?
Yeah, well, breathe this. If you're even watching this, if they're watching this interview, they're taking steps in the right direction. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the world. The world is based in fear. I'm making general statements, but the world that says you're wrong is based in fear, and it's just not true. So flip it over and just even breathe in the idea that there's nothing wrong with me. There is something wrong with the world that doesn't love me, and loving yourself is going to help change the world. There's so much available online right now for people to start feeling connected. It's very scary before you come out, as you know, because you think you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your friends, you're going to lose your family, and it really is true that you lose nothing of value and you become more of who you're here to be. So, we all have to take those courageous steps, and some of us have had to recreate spiritual families. Some of us have moved to other parts of the world or country where we could feel more loved and included. But every move you make for yourself it is nothing like it. Like you will be blessed tenfold.
Absolutely. And I think you're right, because I went to last May, I went to the I Can Do It conference here in Vancouver, and it was 2 days, and it was like just 2 days of love.
Yeah.
And it was life-changing. And your conference is 5 days, and I have to say your conference is one of the most affordable out there. So 5 days of high vibration people. I think
Yeah, it really is. And that's what's cool about these online summits. Although it's new in the LGBT world, you can get a lot of stuff. I mean, just attending the summit, people are going to feel connected and belonging. And if I may, one more thing I love about the summit is you'll hear stories from bisexuals, you'll hear stories from transgender people, you'll hear stories from the different letters and what they need and what they want to feel belonging. Especially the bisexual stories really moved me. They really made me see how disrespectful, not on purpose, but I have been in my ignorance sort of disrespectful to bisexuality. And after meeting these people and interviewing them, I will never do that again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're so like-minded. It's funny. On Twitter, I was following these bisexual activists, and I never realized how they really didn't feel part of either community. And I didn't really know that that was part of their story. They felt sometimes judged in the gay community. Anyway, fascinating. I'm glad that you're having the entire LGBT community represented.
Yeah, and back to bisexuals for a moment. They have to come out all the time. Like when we're in a gay bar, we breathe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gay, we're all gay, let's have fun.
Right.
But a bisexual in a gay bar isn't gay, and a bisexual in a straight bar isn't straight. So it's always something that they're grappling with or having to make peace with. So it's just interesting things like that. I don't want to speak for them because I'm not bisexual.
For sure.
I am gay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, I'm just really, really, really excited about this summit. And so people just go to Global Pride Summit and sign up, correct?
Yep, globalpridesummit.com, your first name and your email, and you're registered. And then every morning, June 1 through 5, you'll receive in your inbox the interviews for that day. There's 5 to 7 interviews, and they range from 15 minutes. Some are, like, each day probably has one that's about 45 minutes, but we tried to keep them under half an hour so that people, can digest them and, just peruse through them throughout the day whenever you can. And again, sign up, A, to be a part of the movement, B, because whether you watch 1 or 2 or 3, you're going to absolutely love it, and C, remember that you can purchase it so that you can own it and watch it at your leisure and have it as long as you want. And one more bonus to purchasing it: for everyone that's purchased, we gift one to someone in the world that can't afford it for whatever reason. We gift it to LGBT centers, we gift it to churches, we're gifting the library to other people that can use it to make a difference in their community for everyone that's purchased.
Oh my, I did not know that. That is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. We're really passionate about this mission.
Yeah, I can understand why. It's so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I guess one last question before we wrap up. I was reading a Huffington Post article, and Rob Weiss, who's going to be speaking at the summit, was talking about how we really, now that we're out and proud in the West anyways, we still lack role models. So I think that, what do you have to say about that? And how did you get to the point where you're at now? Because I see you as a role model.
Doing the work one day at a time. We could go into a whole nother session about, I've been in a 12-step program for 25 years. I've done counseling, I've done therapy. I've dedicated my life to personal growth, and it wasn't my game plan, but that's just what happened. So, waking up to a desire to feel whole and happy is what moves you forward. And that's kind of how I did it. Role models, and we talked a little bit about this on Rob Weiss's interview, but it's really important for us to recognize that when the AIDS epidemic swept in the 80s and the early 90s, it almost wiped out a generation that would be our role models. And even those that are still alive, they're shell-shocked, they're survivors, they're sort of holding, they didn't get their rightful place as our elders. So our community as a whole is really growing in these very funky but very important ways. So it's an honor to be a role model. It's an honor, especially with being in a in a relationship for 19 years with my husband, like I realized like people need to learn how to, we're going to be able to be married here. You guys are able to be married, and we need role models in that area too, where we can, how do we do relationship? How do we do intimacy? How do we, that's a new venture. That's a whole new frontier for LGBT people, for LG people.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Wow, it is so inspiring. We could go on and talk all day about this, but if you guys love this like I do, go to globalpridesummit.com and sign up. I know that it's going to really be very, very liberating and healing for everybody watching. I just want to acknowledge you for creating this, Mark. It's just really, really excited about it. So thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure, Jamie. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you. So you guys, if you want more interviews and hear more stories of people who are making a difference in the LGBTQ community, and of course my weekly hangout show, which is it's a live show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. where we talk about different law of attraction tips to help you go out and make your dreams come true. You can go to hangoutwithjamie.com and sign up for notification of weekly show topics. So thanks for watching, everybody. Much love. Bye.